We go to C Division, where it is a close battle between all 4 teams, but we're going to the top of the standings. It is a battle for first place between the Labatt Blues and the mighty Viking Devils. Welcome to the Rshl. Daniel Wilson here. Well, this has been one way to start the season. Every team started off pretty even, but when these 2 teams last met, man, we wish we had shown you this one. It was an epic, went into overtime. Mark Williams of the mighty Viking Devils scores the game-winning goal with a split second remaining in overtime. Well, since then, MVD got a loss to the Zombies, which gave them their first win in a long time. So the Labatt Blues, because that they did reach overtime, gets that extra point, and they do hold first place for now. But these 2 teams are very evenly matched. So we'll go to the breakdown and see what is going to be the X factor for each of these teams. We'll start with the Labatt Blues. Well, by far the best player so far is Andrew Brunton, 6 goals, 2 assists. Just behind him by 3 points is Robert McMahon, more of a playmaker with 1 goal and 4 assists. Of note, goaltender Keith LeGros, not a bad season, at 2.67 goal against average and save percentage of .864. And as you'll see, he'll be pretty even with MVD's goaltender. For mighty Viking Devils, we're going to go on to the defensive side and take a look at one of their newest acquisitions, Dylan Simpson. 1 goal, 1 assist. And they do have some more new blood. We have Kelson Steele joining the team. MVD did lose a couple of key pieces in the offseason, but are trying to fill those in. And as I've mentioned, goaltending pretty even statistics is Daniel Wilson with a goal against average of 3, save percentage .864. So very even there. So it'll be more about the offense this time around. So with that, we will head to this week's C Division game, and the ball drop is next.
For the first time on this channel, the officials, Derek Hale and Josh Hale. And I do have to make a correction from last week. I had said that they were from Charlotte. No, they are actually from Virginia. So I apologize to them for that mistake. And another correction that needs to be made is that the Lock Monsters actually did win an A Division title 3 seasons ago. You'd think with me being in the league for this long, I would have to know that by now. But we get underway in the C Division, MVD and Labatt Blues, as Cyrus actually will start us off for Labatt. Taken away by Coscarelli, gets it across that center line, pushes through, trying to get a shot on net, and driven into the corner by LeGros. There's a battle for possession. Taking their time now, playing around. Shaking off MVD. Trying to get out of the corner. Shot from Coscarelli and a save from Keith LeGros.
Okay.
Back and forth they go. And now Labatt on the attack. It's a breakaway for Andrew Brunton. Shot! Saved by Wilson as Brunton leaps over. Tries to get back in. Another save. Another one from Wilson. Brunton. 2 or 3 shots on net. Wilson stopped all of them. Back and forth at the point. Hector settled the shot. Another save. Down on the ground. Another save. And then coming to the rescue is Steele. Wilson. 4 great saves. I think 3 of them went off of Andrew Brunton. So already a strong start for the number 25 in net is MVD. Gets on the attack, 2-on-2. Already 1 minute into the game, and already Labatt firing on all cylinders as Robert McMahon plays across to Sean Mitten. Labatt will reset and will play up to Cyrus actually on the left-hand boards. Looks at Alexander, gets around to the left, tries to drive the net, shot and a save by Wilson, tries to cover up. He can't, but they do clear away. At the point, poked away. As Labatt now have to reset again at that blue line. McMahon gets across that game zone, but not for long. As here comes MVD the other way. He gets blocked. Taken up by Steele. Tries to get an opening shot, is blocked by McMahon. Tilson Steele has 1 goal so far this season. As Cyrus actually for Labatt the other way. Tries to get around Dylan Simpson. Plays back to the point. Gets covered. Tries to go across to Dave Fisher. He got double teamed. As Steele will backhand it up. Gets it around. But it will be a shot on net for MVD and a save by Keith LeGros. Fisher and going back was Cyrus actually. They realized that they were a man short. Now they get their 5 on the floor. Hickerson takes a look as one forechecker moves in, turns it over, but he's bumped off the ball. MVD still has possession. They gain the zone, but blocked again by Robert McMahon trying to drive through center. Does get it across, taken up by Mel Lewis. He'll play upwards. An opening for Robert Lacasse. Wrist shot. He scores! A great pass from Mel Lewis, and Robert Lacasse gets his first of the season.
We gotta figure that out.
A lot of space for him to work with. Decided to go with the near post. Just enough room to get through. A great wrist shot from Robert Lacasse. Only his 2nd point so far this season, as Labatt forced it to go back to Evan Mendel. Tries to pass up, blocked by Brian Coscarelli. Tries to center up, that's blocked. McMahon once again has an option for Mitten in front of him, decides to go across the floor. Back and forth, Mel Lewis again retains for MVD. And getting around McMahon. Lacasse leaves it for his partner. Trying to drive the net. Can he get one? Pass it across, and Coscarelli can't get it on the backhand.
You only have to go to that blue line.
Oh, if he had got that pass a few more inches back, that would have been 2-0 as that ball goes down for an ice against Labatt.
Okay. Instead of the half line.
It was just a little too far for Ryan Coscarelli.
Kind of, but it's a hybrid.
That could have been 2-0 had that ball been a little further back.
It's a hybrid. Because once we cross, see it happen a couple times. So we're trying to cross over there. We get that.
Brunton wins the draw, and Labatt will restart their attack. Going across the Cyrus actually had to glove it down. Tries to set it, intercepted by Steele. Steele going to the left. Around Cyrus actually gains the zone, but has to leave it. Sean Mitten behind his net will play across to Hickerson. Gets away from Coscarelli towards the center floor. Cyrus actually from the boards. Shot going high of Wilson. Another chance that goes wide. Back to the point. Brunton trying to gain control, unable. Back the other way for MVD. Tries to drop back for Coscarelli. Now plays right over to Robert Lacasse. Return pass, misses Coscarelli, but he will play it off the boards. Back to the point, Grant Alexander looks for a shot that's blocked.
You kind of can get that in there.
Hickerson back to Sean Mitten. Brunton gets around on the right end boards.
Watch far side.
Slows down, now crosses over. Cyrus Ashley. He'll trot back to the point, back to Hickerson. Crosses. Sean Mitten. Tries the wrist shot. Score! Got the far post. Sean Mitten hits Labatt on the board and ties it up. And that will be Mitten's first of the season. There was some traffic in the slot that might have screened Wilson, forcing him to go left, and he guessed wrong. Far post. Tie up on the draw goes to Labatt. Hickerson gets tied up and chance for MVD, but swatted away by LeGros before he could get a chance. Pestered by Hickerson, forced into the corner, trying to get away behind the net. To the opposite corner, centers up, can't find him. Evan Mendel for Labatt. Centers up for Brunton, over to Ashley on the left. Just missed him, goes off the board. Centers for McMahon, shot and a stick save by Wilson. From the corner. As McMahon plays back to the point. Hickerson drives with a screen in front. Shot. Can't get through. Misses everyone. Grant Alexander for MVD from the left corner. They'll try to feed up. Tries to deke around, but overplayed it. It will head to the opposite corner for Jesse Hickerson, who will play back around to Evan Mendel. Mendel takes a look at Steele. Centers for McMahon, now to Dave Fisher on the left end boards.
Nice work.
And cleared out by Grant Alexander as Labatt is just trying to get away from a forechecker, trying to get everybody to reset. Yeah, that new blue line rule opens up a lot of room for all the teams, which can change the dynamics of this game. Actually trying to shake off Grant Alexander, but it contains him in the corner. McMahon behind the net, swatted away by Alexander on the pass, as MVD tries to restart their attack. Crosses the blue line, eventually, still held in. Good job by Cyrus Ashley to keep the zone, but they are offside. Won by Labatt, but it will have to be back in their own zone. As Coscarelli rushes in, gains it for MVD. Centers up, shot, blocker save. Can't get a rebound chance from Steele. From the boards, crosses over to Coscarelli. Has to reset one more time. Tries to go back to the point for Mel Lewis. Can't get through as he has someone covering him. Goes behind the net and will play around to Dylan Simpson. Tries to pass up, misses it. Now tries again, but gave it away. Shot to an open man, and he shot it high. There was no one covering the slot, but that was just a lucky break for MVD. Mendel trying to shake off a back checker. Crosses over to McMahon. From the left corner, tries to drive it, crosses over, trying to settle the ball down. Here's a shot, and that's blocked. Back in the corner again, crosses back to McMahon. Getting shoved off the ball, now back to the circle. Takes the shot, that's blocked by Mel Lewis. They'll try one more time from the point. Cross over to McMahon, shot and a save by Wilson, and he'll take the face off. Tie-up goes to Labatt. On the point, Hickerson drives it, hits a man, and into the ceiling. And we'll have a face-off. And where is it going to be? They're going to take it back to the neutral zone.
You're getting it off the lights. Top feeling is now you're just cranking it off the lights. Oh no.
One by McMahon. Back and forth. Goes to MVD as Grant Alexander tried to go for Lacasse, overshot him. Labatt sends it right back. MVD pushes back across the line. Crossing over to McMahon. Good play by Dylan Simpson. Play up to Coscarelli on the left boards. Centers up at the line, but they're offside. Face-off goes to Labatt. Off the boards. Tried to go for it. Cyrus actually does cross the line. Has Andrew Brunton in this last option, but he did not like what he saw and takes it back over the center line, forcing them to reset. And now we'll play right to Robert McMahon. Centers up for Brunton and can't quite get to Wilson. Swatted away by Grant Alexander. And a slap shot. He scores! Andrew Brunton gets number 7 off the far post. 2-1 Labatt Blues. Yeah, Wilson was trying to cover the near post, but Brunton thread the needle. Usually better to give up a goal on the far post than near post. That was just a good shot. As MVD will try to respond to that. Lobbed it behind the net. Looking for the wraparound, trying to push through. Everyone crowding the slot, and another one goes off the side of the net. And I don't think we're going to have time for another face-off as the clock is going to wind down. So a late goal from Andrew Brunton, his 7th of the season, and puts Labatt ahead 2-1 after 1. There was going to be no question that this was going to be on our channel, as someone had told me a few weeks ago that whenever these two teams just meet up, it instantly becomes a classic. And we're hoping for another one today as we get back underway. And I wish I had the other game for you the last time these two teams met, as Mark Williams scored the game-winning goal with half a second left on the clock. As Brunton tries to put one on net, it reaches Wilson, he covers up. But these two just have a friendly rivalry with each other. Ever since a few seasons ago with MVD won over Labatt in overtime to win a Carolina Cup, as Brunton will play it down the floor into the corner between McMahon and Alexander. Still battling for it, tries to get to Ashley, misses him. Ashley back at the point, now we'll play it over. Brunton fakes the shot, leaves it, lost control for a moment. Has two gray jerseys on him, shot blocked by Alexander. Attempted clear. If they can finish it off, they do. Hickerson resetting, and now we'll play off the boards as McMahon will circle back and try to get to Andrew Brunton, and that pass went awry. Here is Cyrus Ashley on the right boards on a sweep check from Grant Alexander. Reverses, now plays back to the point. Slap shot, stick save by Wilson. In the air goes, swatted down, back over to Cyrus. Actually throws across No one available for him. And back down the other way. No danger imminent for Labatt as Hickerson takes a look. Goes for a stretch pass. You find Cyrus Hatchley getting covered by Grant Alexander. Drop pass. Here's another shot saved by Wilson. Cleared out by Mel Lewis, but can't get it through the center line. Behind the net. Going across over to McMahon from the right corner. Now a return pass. Centers up again. No one available. And they will attempt to clear. Another one fails. MVD starting to have trouble to get out of their zone. Shot going wide. Alexander tries to clear out. That still doesn't cross the line. Mandel crosses to Hickerson. Poke check. Trying to hold on. Goes over to McMahon. Crosses over. Tried to look for Hickerson. Was intercepted by Alexander. From the point. Shot saved by Wilson. And they still can't get it out. And they will finally clear down the floor, and they will take an ice. The defense was starting to get tired, and they will make a full line change. One by Labatt, another shot, and a quick save by Wilson down low. Toss up, still no clear winner, but it will go to MVD. Simpson will try to go up to Lacasse. If he can get off a back checker, gets to the right. Shot, saved by LeGros. For a moment, I thought that got through. And another draw is going to go to MVD. Having a little trouble with the defenseman. Now off it goes to Sean Mitten. Tried to go up to Dave Fisher. Kept in by Simpson. Intercepted. Back down the other way they go. Trying to cross over. No one there. But McMahon will get there on the opposite corner. Getting covered by Mel Lewis. Tries to center up. Looking for a backhand. Can't get it on net. Another chance. That's blocked by Coscarelli. Back to the center again. No one there, but there's McMahon from the circle. Tries a wrist shot wide of the net. Centers up again. That's blocked by Coscarelli. And another one on net, and Wilson not taking any chances here. So the defense of MVD is now starting to have trouble get out of their zone. If you ask me, it looks like they're trying to rush out of their zone instead of taking a moment to look and clear up. So it's like that, well, you could say that fatigue is starting to be a factor as they're more rushing their judgment. As there's a pass, can't connect as LeGros will send it back. Evan Mandel getting tied up. Gave it up to Andrew Brunton at center. He lost control. Lacasse trying to get it away. Finds Coscarelli. If he can settle the ball down, he can't. Force back out. Mel Lewis will settle down. And he'll just slap it in and give the line a chance to rest. Off the boards. Labatt back on the attack. Cyrus actually on the right-hand boards. Thinks about it. Centers up. Can't get a shot off. Tied up with his own man. Brunton has to go to the boards. Tries to center for Dave Fisher. Can't connect. Lacasse for MVD. From the boards. Thinks about it. Tries to deke around. Forced into the corner. Lacasse tries a backhand, finds Coscarelli, and he takes a shot wide. There was some room, but it took too sharp an angle. Here's a turnover. Shot from Lacasse is blocked by Sean Mitten. Cyrus actually attempts a clear. He will get it.
Take the ball, take the ball.
Brunton takes the shot wide of Wilson. Coscarelli Plays off the boards, can't get it out. From the boards, crosses over. Finds a man, takes a shot, he scores! That looks like Evan Mendel from the point. And it is a 3-1 game for Labatt. And you know what? Looks like Wilson got screened by his own teammates. Looking around Grant Alexander and just could not find it going to the near post. And with that, Mendel has his first goal of the season. We're getting a lot of players that have scored their first goal. But MBD trying to respond, going high. Back to Coscarelli, can get away from a defenseman. Is forced to play into the corner. Still holding on though. Gets it off to Simpson. Shot going high. Mendel being pressured one more time in the left corner on the forecheck. 6 minutes left in the second period. Labatt now has a 2-goal lead.
Behind you, Dylan.
Brunton tries to get around Alexander. Forced into the corner. Play around. Back in the corner, centers up. Tries a shot, saved by Wilson. Can't cover it up as it's cleared by Alexander.
Keep running, keep running.
As they are just having a hard time getting out of their zone, and another turnover. Alexander attempts a swat, gives it up to Brunton. Brunton from the boards. Tries to drive the net, shot going wide, have Wilson drifting left. And now again from the point. There's another shot, just a little wide, a low roller. Cyrus Ashley from the left corner. Backhanded shot, save. It is behind him and it rolls in. Wilson had it for a moment, but it looks like Brunton swatted it. Popped his leg and in. Let's see. Ashley had the backhand. Wilson made the initial stop and it might have got clipped by his stick, but that didn't matter because it was on the follow through and trying to get it away from the net, but ends up putting in the finishing touch. That is just an unfortunate bounce. Hickerson gives it away. Simpson gets it across the center line, but gave it up to Sean Mitten. Back the other way over to the right corner. Dave Fisher looking at Grant Alexander. Now goes back to McMahon. Centers for Brunton. Shot is blocked. So Brunton is credited for the goal, and that is his 8th of the season, 2nd of the game. From the boards, Sean Mitten tries to go back to Brunton. Intercepted. Alexander tries to clear, can't. McMahon, back around it goes. Here's a shot going wide. Fisher, one more time. Shot and a save by Wilson. Back behind the net and covers it up with the stick. This is probably the most he has worked this season. He has played 2 games and has faced an average of 21 shots. He has not faced a 30-shot game, and I don't know how long, as this one will go down for an icing. Because usually, despite their defensive positioning troubles, the defense usually does get blocked shots. As an attempted shoot-in from Hickerson is blocked. Coscarelli from the corner tries to center up, look for Labatt and can't connect. Tries to center again, blocked by Hickerson. Hickerson back the other way and trying to draw a call as Coscarelli. You won't get it. As the Labatt Blues will just hold on as MVD will make a change. crossover to Hickerson as the Labatt Blues are thinking about what to do, and now they will send it up to actually lost control. They will play back across the center line, so the Blues have to reset. Mitten takes a shot, give it away to Simpson. Lacasse back and forth with Simpson. He'll try a shot wide of the net. Backcourt, Labatt. Fisher across the center line. Gets around one defenseman, can't get through Mel Lewis. Coscarelli going right. Lacasse takes about a shot that's blocked by Hickerson. Tries again and a save by LeGros, who will just take the cover.
I'll take that. Thanks.
A minute left in the period. Looking for an opening. MVD has it. Close-up chance. Save by LeGros. I think that's the best save that Keith has had this game so far. See how the way it goes. Shot going wide. Attempted clear. Gets to steal. Through center. Tries to get it around. Sean Minton forced to the corner. Will play around. 30 seconds remain. MVD has got to get something going. Tries to set her up. No one there. Labatt with one more rush left in them. Cyrus actually on the right. Trying to get around Simpson. Gets across the blue line. Takes the wrist shot. Saved by Wilson. Goes behind the net. Actually tries to center. Intercepted by Lewis. Tries to clear. Intercepted again by McMahon. Another shot is stopped. And Wilson will cover up and will take it to the intermission. Two more on the board for Labatt Blues, and they now hold a 3-goal lead after 2. Well, first off, I'd like to apologize for the problems that we have with the main camera, as it's down right now. But we're going to continue on just with the GoPro cameras behind each net. I'm going to do the best I can to get the best angle possible for you. And of course, this will be the hardest one, the center dot face off, as we get underway in the third period. As Labatt will have control, and down the floor it goes. Alexander plays it around to Simpson, as MVD need to get something going. They have made a big comeback before. They did come back in their game against Money Shots. They're going to need it again now, as Grant Alexander getting pestered by Robert McMahon behind the net. Plays it back to the circle, centers up, can't find anyone. And back over to Steele. We'll play it across the center line. Got swatted away. And back to McMahon. But Grant Alexander back on the boards. Tries to play back up. And this has been a big problem. As a chance for McMahon. Shot. Instead passes and missed his partner. As the MVD. This has been a big problem for them since the second period. They can't clear the zone. And don't forget, despite the, as another save from Wilson, despite the new rules of the blue line, the basic strategy of just clearing the zone is pretty much the same as it's always been. Just get across the center line. This MVD will get a chance here on a partial break. Lost control. That was a big opportunity lost. Hickerson for Labatt goes right. Labatt back the other way. Cyrus actually along the boards trying to get away from Grant Alexander. Holds up for a moment, now crosses over. McMahon centers up, blocked by Alexander, and finished off. MVD with Robert Lacasse taking his time. Fakes the shot, now takes it, blocked by Sean Mitten. Holds up for a moment and now will cross back over. Mel Lewis going deep and will play around the boards. Labatt back the other way and down the floor for an icing against Labatt Blues. Yeah, MVD doesn't usually have this problem where they can't clear their own zone. They usually have some good stick handling, but that has gone on the wayside today. Won by Labatt. Cyrus actually will take it on the left boards, tries to get around Mel Lewis, and he has an opening on a partial break. Now decides to backtrack. Gave up on the opportunity, but Grant Alexander was getting back into play anyway. Shot! Saved by Wilson. Digging in somewhere as Brunton trying to get a shot. He's unable as Coscarelli gets away. Brunton still looking for the hat trick. I believe he's the top goal scorer so far in the C division. Back to Coscarelli getting around Evan Mandel. Lacasse on the backhand. Tried a blind shot, goes wide. As Labatt back on the attack and now will use some speed. Has to go on a wide angle, drops it back. No one available. Tried to go for Cyrus actually. Back in the center line, Labatt still has control. Reverses, that's Mendel. Tried to go for Ashley and was intercepted. Down along the boards. Trying for the shot and a save by Keith LeGros. Now the scorekeeper has said that there hasn't been many shots on net for MVD. Accuracy has been another problem for them. If not getting those opportunities wasn't enough. Down the other way for Cyrus actually turns around off the block from Mel Lewis. Back at center, Mendel kicked away by Grant Alexander. Coscarelli will circle back and reset. Back across, try to go for Lacasse, overstretch him, and down the floor it goes. And they're going to play on. Dave Fisher takes a moment to look around. And now will play right over to Sean Mitten. Through center. Along the right end boards. Facing Dylan Simpson. Centers up, can't connect. And got a little tied up with Mel Lewis. And a shot just got a piece of Wilson. Attempted clear. Still can't get it out. How many attempted clears there's been, and another shot saved by Wilson. And I've looked it up and just confirmed that Brunton is the goal leader of the C division with 8 goals and has now put himself in double digits on points. And the next one behind him, still 4 points behind. That would be BJ Goodwin of the Money Shots. From behind the net was Brunton. Tried to get a connection from Fisher. Instead gets McMahon. McMahon trying to get away. Has an opening here. Saved by Wilson. 2 saves. As Wilson thought he had it for a moment, but it gets away. Back to the point, and a shot is blocked. Back the other way for MVD. They got to get something here, but a good play by Hickerson to block the rush. From the boards, winds up. Shot just a little wide of Wilson. Coming from Dave Fisher. So we approach the halfway point of the third period. And so far, Labatt has been dominating on all sides. Whether you want to say they're dominating as far as the scoreboard, that's up for debate. As MVD will try one more time. Again, entering the attacking zone has been a big issue, let alone clearing the ball. It's Hickerson who will try to push back. Battling along the boards in front of the scorekeeper's table. And down it goes over to Sean Mitten. Attempted clear. Kept in. Good play at the line. Sent back down to Sean Mitten. We'll play back around for Jesse Hickerson on the opposite corner. Being chased around and now pushed back to the left circle. They will go for a chase between McMahon and I think that is Mel Lewis, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. Here is a chance for Ashley scores! Top right corner. Well, Labatt has got the snipers on today. And does this remind you of the first goal? Look at how many are on the far side. Wilson tried to get the glove up, but too late. And a timeout has been called by the Mighty Viking Devils. The play has just not been there. They have not been clearing the zone. They can't complete passes. This is definitely not a good game for MVD. The one goal from Robert Lacasse, that's his only goal of the game. And with that goal from Cyrus Ashley, that would give Ashley his first goal of the season. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's 4 players that have got their first goal of the season. The only one that has got more than one is Andrew Brunton. He has 2 for today and his 8th of the season. I know that this has been a rough day at the office for Wilson. He's been making some big stops, but this is just not his day. As a matter of fact, I look at the shot count and MVD is still in the teens, in the lower teens to be exact. So Keith LeGros has not been facing many shots. Yeah, like I said, mainly because of the defensive issues of MVD. As we get back underway with 6:15 remaining in the third period. From the boards, trying to drive it is Andrew Brunton. Gets pestered along the boards by Coscarelli. Tries to center up for Ashley, overshot him. And plays back behind the circle, back to the point. Hopped the stick for a moment, settles it down now, tries a shot that is blocked. Coscarelli tries to carry out, and a chance, but can't get it to Robert Lacasse. Centers up, has a chance, can't settle it. Geez, nothing going right for MVD. Here's another chance, can't get the shot. That one was interrupted by Jesse Hickerson. Back the other way, Robert McMahon crosses over, intercepted. Steal the other way, 5:30 remaining. At this point, if the score holds, Labatt Blues will be having a 3-point lead in the standings. They got 2 wins and an overtime loss. They got the extra point from that. Tries a shot over to Brunton, and he hits the far post. That was a weird play that threw Wilson off guard, and Brunton had an open chance. He had beaten Wilson, but got the post. As Coscarelli has to go back and reset. Has to get everyone back in order as he tries to center up and intercepted yet again. But they do regain. It is Simpson with control, shot just a little wide. And now a wide angle shot, and it is caught by Keith LeGros with 4:20 remaining. And at this point, unless MVD scores, it's going to be a running clock. Won by Labatt. Evan Mandel back at the point. And will try to push it down the floor, but it is going to be an icing against Labatt. Won by MVD. Lacasse tries to go back to the point. Shot going into the corner. Cyrus actually reverses. And we'll just try to kill some more clock as he'll push it over to Dave Fisher, but was interrupted by Dylan Simpson, who will track it down. Sees actually went off of him. And a shot just got a piece of Wilson, and he will cover. Tie up on the draw. It looks like it's going to Labatt. Dave Fisher back to the point. Shot saved by Wilson. Pops up in the air. And MBD will attempt a clear. Still can't. How many times has that been? Back in the corner. Fisher will go back to the opposite point. Thinks about it. Tries a shot. Heads back into the corner. Fisher one more time. He'll try a slap shot. That got a piece of Wilson. May have got the glove. As MVD will attempt another one, and guess what? The same result. And now a shot saved by Wilson. Second chance. That is saved by Wilson. 2 minutes remaining. And it's looking like the Labatt Blues are going to be walking away with a win. And will have, this will be 7 points for them in the standings. MBD will at least try to finish strong here. Trying to rush in from the circle. Shot save by LeGros. Second chance, misses behind the net. And LeGros lost his stick. And trying to react on it. Still can't get it on net. Back it goes to Simpson. He'll try a shot that is blocked by McMahon. Here's another shot. That one coming from Alexander going wide. Getting tied up. Decides actually, here they come. A 2-1-0 breakaway. Center shot. Save. Rebound. What a save. Wilson. One-timer. Perfect timing. There's the initial save. There's the rebound. This will bookend what has been a hard night for Wilson. And another one going high and wide. From the corner as he just wants that clock to wind down. It's been a tough night. Shot from Brunton. That's stopped. Brunton one more time from the corner. We'll try to place one more on the board. Backhand by McMahon. He is denied one more time. 15 seconds left on the clock. And Labatt are going to come away with a 5-1 win. They do have time for one more face-off, but it's not really going to matter. Back to Brunton. And he'll leave her for Hickerson. And that will do it for this game. The Labatt Blues are going to come away with a 5-1 victory in dominant fashion. What has been a really hard game for MVD. They had just not played that well on the defensive side. We'll be back with a wrap-up.
Well, despite the strong start by the mighty Viking Devils, they just could not get anything going. They need to make stronger passes on their plays, as they got outshot 33-13, and they usually don't let out that many shots on net. Meanwhile, Andrew Brunton continues to impress, now at 8 goals for the season, and the Labatt Blues are going to be holding on to first place for at least 2 more weeks, depending on what happens for the remainder of the season. So with that, we'll be back next week for another RSHL game. So this is Daniel Wilson. We'll see you next time around. If you enjoyed this game, be sure to check out the other games here on our YouTube channel at Raleigh Street Hockey. Also be sure to check out our sponsors at allblackhockeysticks.com. You can get an all black stick for just under $100. Not a bad deal. Also be sure to check out our other sponsor, Hagen Hockey, which has some great hockey equipment for you. In order to get free shipping, just use the promo code Raleigh Street Hockey.